Big Matt, we missed you, dog. We missed you. Everyone they've been killing me on social media. Like, Matt's only going to show up when Denver wins. And I go, no, Matt's not a bitch-made cat, you fucking coward. Shut up. Denver won, dog. Denver won last night. I picked Miami to win game 2, which they did. And I think Miami's still going to win in 7. But I got to see you at the Denver game with your kids. I took some pictures that day. You were supposed to come on Friday. I think you missed. I had some pictures of you and your kids. Great times, it looked like.
Yeah, it was fun. And I run a fucking huge business. So if I'm not on the show, it's because I can't be on the show. So all you fucking people that are worried about me, worried about your own shit.
Hey, exactly what I said right now.
The game was dope. I mean, it was incredible. I'm glad I went to game 1 and not game 2. I mean, after watching last night, if you actually think Miami can beat Denver when they play hard in a 7-game series, you're crazy. It's just almost as ludicrous as this stupid ass Chris Paul conversation you're having. I mean, you want to talk about the most overrated fucking basketball player I've seen in the last 20 years? It might be Chris Paul. I mean, the only reason this guy is because he's on fucking State Farm commercials, dog. He's never done shit. He's been to the finals once.
Matt, I got it. Well, as soon as I get paid, Matt, you're the first guy I pay to be on the show.
Well, he's been to the finals one time as a 4th wheel, not even the 3rd. And yeah, I would take Jamal Murray over him too if he wins a ring. And he's putting up.
Of course you would, Matt. Of course you would. I wouldn't expect anything less.
Look, Chris. Okay. I just listened to this top 10 point guard conversation. Coach JB didn't say Steph Curry either. That's 9. So Chris Paul is 10th on your list because there's 9 guys that you just said are better. And we can come up with 3 or 4 more easily. Kyrie at this point. So
there's some guys on the list that I don't agree with. I'm just giving it to JB just for argument purposes. I don't. There's some guys he's named. I don't think John Stockton's better. In my opinion,
I argue to win. I don't know about y'all, but I argue to win. I don't argue to fucking like concede and be like, oh, okay, JB, you're arguing.
Because the argument's so crazy, Matt, that I'm trying to help y'all out. I'm like, listen, it's so crazy to say that I gotta help y'all out.
What's crazy about Chris Paul being overrated? It's an incredibly, in my opinion, it's even insinuating that he's even in the conversation is enough praise for him. I mean, come on, dog. What has he done? What has he done to tell me other than like be a top 10 draft pick and popular? And that's the only reason he's an all-star. You can't use all-star games with me. That's a fan vote. Just like you can't use the Pro Bowl with me. That's a fan vote. I'll use all-pro though, and I'll use all-NBA. So I'm just saying, if Chris Paul was really that dude, Chris Paul would have hardware and period.
Or be available to play, right?
He would have MVP. And that's the other thing. He is the Anthony Davis of point guards.
He might be worse than Anthony Davis. At least Anthony Davis plays in the playoffs.
But listen real quick. Hold on real quick. You say you don't care about all-star. You care about all NBAs. Well, Chris Paul is an 11-time all-NBA selection player.
And no MVPs and no rings.
Okay, Kobe has 1 MVP. Like, I don't care about no MVP.
And Steve
Nash has more.
Hold on. Exactly my point. Steve Nash has 2. Steve Nash has 2. Kobe has 1. So when I see shit like that, the MVP conversation goes out the fucking window.
Kobe has 5
rings, though.
We're talking about MVPs right now. I'm saying don't bring up MVPs. Don't bring up MVPs to me in a conversation when Steve Nash has 2 of them. We're
talking about the resume of this kid.
Time out. If Chris Paul had an MVP, you'd be bringing that shit up quick. So this is a resume conversation, and Chris Paul is going to leave the NBA with no rings, and that sucks for him. But he should be better. Period. This year in the playoffs, I'm sorry, but I watched a guy who has Kevin Durant and Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton sit on the bench with DeAndre the last 4 games of the playoff series because his groin hurts. Give me a break, dog. I'm sorry, but this is the playoffs, and he's soft. He's soft.
He's washed. He's washed.
Hey, I can see 1 year maybe, Smitty, but it's every year. Every year. When are we going to say, I don't like this guy's a bust? He's soft.
He got hurt when Phoenix was up 2-0 in the finals. He got hurt.
And I know.
Great.
But listen, y'all, you can't control injuries, Matt. If you go tear your fucking, knock on wood, you go tear your fucking MCL today, or like, and you're hurt and you're on crutches, like, what the fuck? Like,
well, time out.
That's your fault.
See, this is the difference between us football players and basketball players. I've played with a double torn groin and a broken leg, and I know you guys have all played fucked up and hurt too. So I'm not going to allow a little pulled groin to keep me out of a playoff or a potential championship. I'm not going to trade for Kevin Durant and then sit on the bench and watch. And just like his boy Aiden did, like, my rib cage hurts. Your rib cage don't hurt. That triple double that the big Serbian keeps dropping on you every night, that shit hurts.
Hey, let me ask you this, Matt, and this is what I want to be clear here on this one. Like, we keep talking about this shit. Like, when are the players that are vouching for these guys to come to their teams and they absolutely get fucked by them? When is KD going to say, hey, man, fuck, dog, why are you always hurting the fucking playoffs? Why did I come to this motherfucker? That is what I'm waiting for. Because every time Chris Paul he's with a fucking Hall of Famer, we're acting like Chris Paul's never played with fucking great. Like, that's all he plays with, and he has nothing to show for it. When are the guys he's playing with going to say, hey, dog, fuck you, I'm not playing with Chris Paul? If I was LeBron James right now, Smitty, because I know the rumors are out there right now in L.A. that Chris Paul's going to be a fucking Laker next year, I am absolutely shitting it. Like, fuck no, you better not come to L.A. I'm not going to be an L.A. fan, dog. I'm not going to be a Laker fan.
So I'll give Chris Paul, I'll give him a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. Before the LA trade got squashed by David Stern back in the day, he was a one-man show. Like, he was by himself, and I'll give him that. But
that's all I'm saying. That's all. Hold on, Matt. Thank you, Matt, for real. That's all I'm saying. We forget those Hornets years.
Yeah. All that said, though, I just don't think he's as valuable as everybody says he is. If he was as valuable as everybody says he is, he would have an attribute that's more like that we can build on more than just a 12-foot jump shot and a couple assists. Like, he doesn't compete at the 3-point line. He's an average defender that's dirty and gets a lot of fouls. He's not available. He's okay game manager if you're talking about the late 90s, early 2000s, but today's game that's up and down, I mean, he can't stay healthy long enough to run the floor. So, look, man, I'm not a huge Chris Paul fan. I think a lot of it is the fact that everybody sees him on commercials every 5 minutes, and he's done a great job of marketing himself, and that's good for you.
That's a good point, by the way.
Like Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is in every goddamn commercial I see, and it makes people like him more because of that.
My last thing, because I don't want to talk about this too long, but my last point, I think we have recency bias because we're looking at the last 5 years of Chris Paul, who he's not the same player anymore because he's old. Most players don't play this long at the same level. So I think we're using our recency bias in the last 5 years. He keeps getting hurt. But we forget the whole first half of his career when, like you just said, you just eloquently just stated, he was a one-man show leading that team and an 11-time All-NBA player, a guy who averages 18 points and 10 assists through his entire career. So all I'm saying is don't forget about the first half. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but you also can't say at the beginning of the show when I'm in the back that he's a top 10 point guard and then have JB list off 9 guys that are better plus another 5 that we didn't mention. Like you said, John Stockton's not a better player than Chris Paul, and that I think that's super disrespectful, dog. John Stockton will run circles around Chris Paul.
Hey, man, I love double teaming Smitty today. This is a great. Usually, I'm double teamed. Let me ask you this: you know why we forgot about his early part of his career, Smitty? You know why, Smitty? We forgot about his early part of his career.
Why?
Because he's never won nothing. That's why. He's nothing. That's why.
Steve Nash never won a championship. John Stockton never won a championship. I mean, let's keep going. We can do it.
We don't talk about him, right? Why do we talk about Chris Paul? Because he's playing right now. That's the only reason. Because in 2 years, he's going to be forgotten too.
You want to talk about recency bias? It's because he's on TV. Because if he was not in the NBA anymore, we would not be having this conversation. I agree with that. But let me ask this question.
Hey, before you say that, Matt, we got breaking news. Dalvin Cook has just been released by the Minnesota Vikings.
Nice. He'll be a good pickup for somebody in contention.
I'm hearing the Jets.
I fuck that. I'll take it. Shit.
That'd be a big time. Yeah.
Yes.
Please.
Thank you very much. Him and Bryce on with that shit. Let me ask you this, though, JB, because I love saying that to you because that's what you ask me all the time on your show.
It rolls off your thing. It's a great segue.
It rolls. What is going on with this 11-year-old child?
Oh.
He's 9. Let's make sure. Let's make sure he's 9. He's 9.
A 9-year-old. Well, I got 10-year-old.
Can you come on the show when I have him on? Because I think it'll be the biggest show I've ever had. I'm sure. This kid is like trending on Twitter. I've had him on the show before with his dad. I said basically, what the fuck are you doing? He's 8 years old. Why is he going to Colorado? Why is Dion taking pictures? The kid's dad is a fucking marketing genius. He needs to be hired at a 4-year because what he's done is little less than amazing to me. So I'm not going to knock his hustle at all, as you won't either.
You guys think this is productive?
What do you say?
You're not. Look, I'm not knocking a kid's hustle. I've got 10-year-olds, including mine, in my gym.
Well, it's not the kid's hustle. The dad's clearly doing all this.
Okay, well, I'm not knocking either of their hustle. And I understand that you need to be proactive in promoting yourself. But there's a difference between the humble and hungry kid who wants to bust his ass and the guy who's dressing up like it's the WWE. I wasn't covered in tattoos and I wasn't a badass at 10 years old. I was a kid. My 10-year-old upstairs, and I run the meanest fucking facility on this side of the Mississippi. He's 10 years old. He's learning how to play football. I'm not saying that this is a bad thing. I'm saying this is an extremely, extremely risky way to do things if you're the parent. If you want to put your child in harm's way from a mental perspective in this like coliseum of activity, which is social media, you want to expose your 10-year-old, 11-year-old, however old he is, calling him baby Gronk and shit, and the kid, he's a child, bro. You can dress him up in as many Halloween costumes as you want. He doesn't have D1 offers. You can call coaches and whatever you paid them or gave them or whatever you're doing to scratch their backs to let you into the facility and put you into these uniforms. And don't tell me that's not what's happening. And I'm not going to listen to anybody say it's not. I mean, give me a break. It's hard enough for me to get into the facility, and I played there and was fucking and sent people there constantly, and I know the guys personally. And I just feel like this is putting the cart before the horse. It is, you're telling people you're offered. And look, maybe one of the coaches made a joke and was like, we'd love to offer you 10-year-old high school, 10-year-old middle school, elementary school kid, whatever the fuck. But bro, that is not the way this business works. They don't offer.
It's illegal to offer them. So
you do not offer 11-year-old children. And I don't care what this kid's dad says. I don't care how mad he gets. You can dress the kid might be a badass. I don't know because none of the other 11-year-olds can play either, bro. Right. So the fact that you're out here touting your 11-year-old like he's baby Gronk, it sets him up. What if he's not? What if he's just?
We've had the Cody Pauls of the world. We've seen these guys before, right?
What if he's not that guy? What if you're pumping him up without the foundation? Because I never see any workout videos, bro. All I see is hype. All I see is fake tattoos at 10 years old. Like, first of all, if you get fake tattoos, you're a chump. And I don't care how old you are. His father putting fake tattoos on a 9-year-old is not a good sign either. I got a tattoo on my arm that I got when I was 18 that I regret like a son of a bitch. Maybe I should have thought about it more. Like, I'm just saying this is a very slippery slope that this guy's going down. I deal with high school kids that get offered and commit to a big-time school and their egos goes through the roof. This is a 10-year-old kid that's just being drilled into him that he's better than everybody and he doesn't have to work as hard. And he's offered at 11 years old. Where's the work videos? Not just the prize videos. Like, the process is what I'm really concerned about with this kid. What if he doesn't grow up to be that? Where's the foundation of hard work that's football supposed to supply for him rather than just the hype and what he could be? He could be a fucking like molecular biologist for all we know, or the fucking president. I don't know. What if he's not just a tight end? Like, no offense to all football players. I know we think we're really important. We're not. We're fucking entertainment. You're grunts. It's NFL means not for long. Not for long. And I'm telling you, like, the ability to understand that you're bigger than the pads, you're bigger than the helmet, that this kid is being told that he's not. That the helmet and the pads are bigger than him. And if he doesn't make it to that area, or God forbid he gets hurt, and I know the dad will be like, oh, well, this is a coward's way to think about things. No, brah, this is the educated way to think about things from a fucking guy with tons of experience who's put countless kids into college and is right now dealing with a 13-year-old monster going into 8th grade that I'm trying to get ready to play college football, not get to college football. You're trying to get your kid to college. I'm trying to make sure my kid stays and eats yours. That's the only difference. So I think that this is I'd love to hear what they have to say, but I have a feeling it will get contentious and loud and a lot of like finger pointing and bullshit back and forth because it's his kid, bro. He's going to take everything you say personal.
Hey, it's a great segue that you mentioned that, what you just said, as far as, I don't know if you saw the news. I'm real close, obviously, with some pro golfers. And right now, these golfers, the LIV and the PGA basically got bought out by Saudi Arabia, PGA, after all the shit they talked. They've basically not merged. It's not really a merger, but it's a conglomerate now. They're all under one umbrella. What you just said, they're not bigger than the game, is what the consent is of the golfers right now, and they're very, very pissed off. I'm just telling you from personal discussions over the last 24 hours. They are pawns. They are nothing. They are replaceable commodities at any moment. If you don't think that Tiger Woods, Phil Mickelson, my boy Pat Perez, all these guys had no clue about this merger, and all of a sudden it drops a bomb. I texted Pat Perez while he was working out 2 days ago on this show. He had no clue about this, and he's in the LIV. And he's like, JB, we just got humbled real quick. We mean absolutely nothing.
Because I wish everybody would pay attention to this kind of stuff. I wish everybody would listen. Like all those guys that just got drafted this year into the NFL, in 3 years from now, a third of them will be out of the league. And 5 years from now, 90% of them will be.
Damn.
And that's just the facts. That's what it is. And in the golf, the LIV and the PGA Tour, where wasn't the PGA Tour just like demeaning this league and saying it was fake and blah? And now they're in the league with them? That's because money talks. So they're looking at this, they're like, okay, they came to us with a package and we have to take it because we're trying to stay relevant. And, look, man, this is what I try and tell my kids and the kids I work with daily, whether it's real Division I commits and NFL players and college players that are in there working every day. And I'm not saying the 11-year-old or how old is he?
9.
This kid's only fucking 9 years old.
He's a 9U, whatever that means. Yeah.
I don't give a shit. He's 9 years old. Does he have, like, my question is, do you have a mother? She allows this shit? Like, come on, dog. My ex-wife doesn't allow him. Like, she's always got something to say, which I respect because that's the mother. She's got something to say. That's what it is. It's what you sign up for. So I'm just saying, covering your kid in fake tattoos makes you fake. If it ain't real, it's fake. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Look. The golfers, the football players, the basketball players, the baseball players, everybody is replaceable. That's true. Basketball and baseball have figured out that guaranteed contracts makes their league more stable from a player perspective, but probably worse from a competitive perspective because guys get paid and kind of shut it down sometimes. Non-guaranteed contract leagues now, which is what golf has become. I'm not going to sit here and say that I don't like that. I kind of like the fact that people have to walk on eggshells. I didn't like it as a player. I would like guaranteed money as a player. I know that's kind of hypocritical, but putting yourself in a coach or a GM shoes, it's got to be nice being able to get rid of people and not be penalized for it. So, this is a really slippery slope, but you can't deny that the majority of institutions and people are going to follow the money. It's like Pat McAfee. Like, people are really getting mad at Pat for taking that deal. What are you fucking high? Like, what? You're not going to take that fucking deal? Call me with that deal. I'm out. Sorry, JB. Peace. Later. I'm out. Gone.
Hey, we out too, Matt. We all out. We get that deal.
Apparently, there's a clip yesterday. Pat mentioned me yesterday on the show because he said he said that the Live Golf and the PGA and all these people were soft and they didn't want people aren't calling out each other and all these things. And then he's like, "Fuck, JB's on Twitter calling out 9-year-olds."
Yesterday, I was like, "Who is he mad at today?" And I listened to it and I was like, "This isn't real, is it? Like, we're not." There's not a beef going on with an adolescent, is there? Like, I never thought that we'd be beefing with elementary school kids and shit. I can't wait for this conversation, honestly. I wonder how many times you're going to say, "Shut up, motherfucker!"
Stay in a child's place.
You fucking game, bitch.
Hey, man, I gotta
sit down, shut the fuck up. Hey, 9-year-old, you ain't shit.
Gotta love it, dog. We're Matt. People like you and I are gonna be missed when we're gone.
Well, hey, you got me until you don't.
Oh shit!
Hey, let me ask you this. Speaking of this, I'm on my third day right now. I'm on my third day, entering my 72nd hour of fasting with absolutely not 1 ounce of any type of food whatsoever.
Why?
I never thought I could do it. I've done it. I've lost 10 pounds in 2 days. I don't think that can be healthy. I don't understand why these people think that's healthy. I don't believe it is healthy. I don't feel bad. Yesterday, I actually got over the hunger, so I'm not even hungry at all right now. I've been doing push-ups and jump rope, and I've had enough energy. So I'm only doing it because a couple of my boys that played in the league and shit did it, and they did this 3-day water fast where you just drink water, you still work out, and apparently the energy you get is from the transfer of different blood cells that it's taking in your body. It's transferring it to certain things. It's doing a lot, eating your own inside fat away. And I'm not doing it to lose weight, Matt. I'm doing it because apparently my boys have all told me that it is a clean reset. Like it resets your actual immune system, everything. I'm telling you right now, I woke up this morning feeling completely different. Your headspace is different. Like it's fucking weird. I might have to do this every couple weeks.
Like not eat for 3 days?
Like no food whatsoever, just water.
That's water for 3 days.
3 days, water.
How about pussy? There's no calories in pussy. Can I still eat that?
Ooh,
yeah, you can't eat that, but if you eat the pie, you got to eat the crust.
Yeah, what the fuck did you think this was?
He said, I only know crumbs on the plate. Do you know who I am?
Yeah, dog. Like I'm rubbing my nose in it and everything.
People hear got virgin ears. They don't.
If I don't get up and it's not dripping off my beard, then there's something wrong.
You ain't doing something right, huh?
What are we talking about again?
I forgot.
A 9-year-old and pussy.
A 9-year-old and a pussy walks into a bar. What happens?
The bartender goes to jail.
Oh, man.
Hey, Jeff, we got another one.
Hey, Matt, I got to ask you something about, I don't know if you've seen this right here. I got to show you this. Troy Aikman, can't see the top. Troy Aikman posted this picture with a new girl to break up and divorce his wife.
Good for you, Troy. Fuck that bitch.
Do you know anything about it?
When I see a guy taking the reins and giving it to a woman in divorce, I want to fucking give him so many high fives and hugs. Be like, take it to that bitch. Give it to her. Because there's fucking tons of women out there just giving it to guys and every day. And I'm one of them. So look, he's ripped. He's got a 20-year-old girlfriend. She looks good. I'm sure he's having a great time. 168 total touchdown passes in the NFL will do that for you. Just saying, your boy. But look, man, you want to talk about overrated? Let's talk about Troy Aikman.
Hey, man, hey, you might have missed the show, but you coming with the heat today. You making up for it.
I already know how he feels about this. He thinks Troy's better than Pat. Look, he's rubbing his head right now, wondering if he's going to come at me.
No, I'm going to stay professional, unlike Zion Williamson. I'm going to stay out of it. I'm going to stay out of this. I'm going to be professional. And because Matt and I, Smitty, we have the alarm debate. Matt, what are you doing tomorrow? I don't have a co-host tomorrow. What are you doing tomorrow? Big Smitty's flying to get in the air, headed to fucking Dubai or something.
I'm going to New York. I'm going to New York. Pray for me. The air is crazy out there right now.
You're going to New York? Have you seen New York?
I fucking know.
Have fun.
Hey, man, y'all pray for your boy, man.
Look, dog, I'm just saying this. I'm just saying, like,
I'm bringing the mask.
the amount of shit that's going on in this country, I don't know if it's just normal and now there's social media and that's why we see everything.
I asked that question too.
Or are people just about to literally and start going after each other? The shit I saw in Cali yesterday of like, look, I'm just going to say this to all these white motherfuckers out here, okay? From a white guy. The Armenians that live in these like communities in California and the, you know, like say what we're talking about Nikola Jokic earlier, say this like Serbian community, right? Well, they're going to keep their culture intact in their community, even though they're Americans. They're not Armenian Americans or African Americans. We're all Americans. I'm tired of the connotation before the American. I hate that shit. It needs to stop. We're all Americans. You're an American. I'm an American. American. If you're born here, if you're a citizen, you're a fucking American. Period. It's the way it works. To think then that just because they are quote unquote Americans, they're just going to fucking abide by all this shit because CNN and Fox tells them to. And like, hey, get up there. Everybody's equal. Everything's open. No, that's not the way that their culture is set up through their religion and everything else. So to sit there and like, I was reading comments of like people calling them bigots and all this stuff because they don't want their kids having the alphabet people community pushed on them in elementary school. And I look at it like, okay, if this was happening at my kid's charter school, I would be out front protesting and maybe fighting. Period. Does that make me a bigot or am I protecting my children? Because it's very easy for one side to point the finger when they're on the side of indoctrinating the children. And look, bro.
Are you talking about in Cali, the Glendale board?
Yeah,
that was right. That's Glendale, California.
That's what I'm saying. I watch things like this, and I'm a student of history, so I'm like, okay, little things like this lead to big things. So I'm looking at this entire situation, and I'm like, okay, trying to put myself in the same shoes, and I can't do it because I'm defending my children at this point. This entire microcosm that we're seeing right now, something wrong. The fires. Did you see the video of all the fires starting at the same time?
In Canada?
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
You got to look this up, bro. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist by nature, but the longer I'm alive, the more I think everything that's been told to us is a fucking lie. Like, I would not be surprised if people are stoking the fires of discontent just to get us to start fucking freaking out at each other when we should be focusing on the elites. So
how about this though? How about this controversial take? The fires were developed so you can't see what's flying.
Yeah, so troop movements are like, yeah, I've heard that.
I'm hearing that too. So
I'm not going to say it's not true, but where there's smoke, brother, there's fire, as we can see right now. So.
Hey, Matt, Big Smitty, are you sure that the flights are allowed to go in there?
Yeah. The flights have been canceled. And I've actually been talking to some people who live in New York. They said it got a little weird. Like it looked a little weird, I think, yesterday. But I'm hearing today that it's actually been clearing up a lot in comparison to where it was at. So even people in the chat.
Hector lives right there. Hector, what's going on in New York? Is it clearing up or not?
Yeah, I seen a few people in the chat who's in New York saying who's this DMW? He said we good now. It sounds like it's clearing up.
Hector's
saying it's not good.
Well, see, it's different. I'm getting different perspectives. Maybe it's different boroughs. I don't know. Like somebody said right here,
coming to everybody from a guy in Denver that has to deal with this like every year because of the wildfires in the Rockies, and it just for like 3 weeks of the year it just smokes us out. It'll clear up quick. All that wind and the high-low pressure, it'll push it out to the Atlantic. It'll clear up quick. So. And that's good because then they moved all the troops under the cloud of smoke and we're good.
Got you. I think, my conspiracy is, y'all, I think they started the fires and all the smoke to distract us from the Zion news. I think somehow Zion.
Oh, did you hear about this?
We've been talking about it.
We spent 1 hour on that shit today. Mac, I got to hear your opinion on this, please.
So let me get this straight. So Zion got an Instagram model, which is just a bitch that can take pictures of herself. right? She's not really a model. She's just a chick that has a phone and some titties. So he got her pregnant, did a gender reveal, which if you're a man and you do gender reveals, what's wrong with you? Just tell me what the baby is when it's born. I don't need to hear about the labor, dog. I need to see the baby. Let's go. What, are we fucking working here? Or we're trying to have 5 kids, not a kid. And then he turns around, and who's the chick that called him out and like put his text messages up?
Mariah Mills. So she's a experienced legit porn star.
So she's a professional dick sucker. Yes. She's one of these ladies on IG Live with a zucchini that's covered in plastic that sits there and goes, "Give me another like," and I'll ho. That one of those? Yeah. So this is my
like, what the fuck do I walk into here?
Yeah, this is my advice to Zion. You should not get Instagram models and porn stars pregnant or date them. Just they're there to have fun with for like 48 hours and be like, high five, here's my phone number, which is fake, and you're out. Where did you go to the fucking school of games, Zion? Oh, that's right.
I don't know. I said the same thing, Matt. Hey, Steve, I don't know if Steve has seen this. Matt, I don't know if you've seen this. Zion sent me this. He said, everything's bullshit. I'm in the weight room working out. Here's
bullshit.
What?
Jesus Christ.
That was Zion walking out. He said he's all right.
Oh, that poor fucking guy.
JB, but didn't he also like try to send you a video, or there's a video he posted about him trying to like defend himself this morning as well?
Yeah, right here. Zion this morning, Matt, he said that basically he has no words.
Damn. Fucking.
Oh, fucking.
Man, that's baby Gronk right there. I'm just playing.
I mean, Steve, it blows my mind that Big Smitty was actually defending Zion, and I'm sorry to say, no, Zion, don't text the porn star. You would be okay today.
Well, Pussy's undefeated. I'm just going to say that.
Come on now. And
first of all, good morning. Can you guys hear me okay?
Or undefeated.
Yeah, good morning, Steve. You sound amazing today, Steve.
Oh, I got a mic. Here's the thing about Zion.
I dropped mine.
With with women of that nature, and I'm making no judgment, you are there for a good time, not a long time. And look, I have we lowered the standards? I don't want, again, I'm going to piss people off, but aren't gender reveals for married couples, not jump offs and side pieces? No, I'm being serious. I always like the baby shower should theoretically be about a young married couple. You're starting your life. You're going to move to Mayberry.
Baby showers are for women, not couples.
Right. And by the way, could you imagine if Nick Cannon did this? He'd have no days free on his calendar. He would literally like, hey, Nick, what are you doing next Tuesday for lunch? I got another baby shower and a gender reveal. I mean, literally, you would have to schedule brunch with him 3 months out. You know what? I got a Wednesday right here. I'm free. I'm right. But I only have 45 minutes.
Well, look,
I'm gonna find a babysitter for my 8 months. You know?
And just got his 21-year-old girlfriend pregnant.
Yeah, it's just sad. And poor Mariah, she thought she was racing to the bag, and she got boxed out. She got boxed out to the bag. She really did.
Have you heard her speak?
No, I don't really.
What
Listen
went
to this.
into that process? I met the criteria to be selected, but I wasn't.
Hey, now there's a top 5 point guard there. Now that's an elite point guard right there,
man.
I agree. That's top 5. I agree to that one. Hey, man, Mariah, she met the criteria when she was selected.
Man, the thing that gets me about old Momo, she's acting like she really cares about it, but then she drops you better hope I'm not pregnant either. This has turned into a Maury Povich show. I mean, God, dog.
Hey, Zion, I'm going to give you some advice. You only stick your dick in a blender once.
Yeah.
And you can't fuck a bathtub. Think about that, Zion.
Hey, Matt, as you get out of here, what's your last? Where are you doing today? Are you going on altitude?
No, altitude's tomorrow. Nuggets up 2-1, feeling good about that. I wouldn't doubt if Miami wins Game 4 coming back to Denver. This is a good series. But if they win Game 3, if they win Game 4, it's a wrap coming back to Denver in 5. So, like I said, it would be. So I'm hoping that it goes that way. The Heat are not winning this series. But then I'm at 6-0 today all day. We start at noon, and we're there till 7 and roll and get these guys right and have a big day of work, and then that's that. Back at it tomorrow.
Hey, keep killing it, man. I appreciate you. I don't know if you're free tomorrow, but if you are, jump on.
I'll be there at 9 a.m. or 8 a.m.
All right, appreciate it. Much love. Appreciate you.
Peace.
Later.
Later.